Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that the next big hit can come from China. You know, it can hit the economy because there, the housing bubble, it's getting bigger and bigger. So let's talk about it because I think it's very important. It will have an impact on everything, crypto, stock, whatever, if that really happens. The second thing I would like to talk about, that many Bored Ape NFTs are in danger of getting liquidated, and why, I'm going to tell you. And the third news is all about that Bitcoin transaction fee actually drops now in average under $1. So guys, all this in today's video. And if you would like to get the daily fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain news, simply subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchain Bloom, to get the freshest every single weekday. And also hit the like button if you like this kind of content. Check out the links under this video because there are many useful ones. And now it's time to have a look at the market and see how the prices look like. Okay, so Bitcoin is at the moment at $21,292. It was under 21,000 not long ago. And this is like a very tiny drop in the last 24 hours. Ethereum 2.8 down right now at $1,573. When we're looking at the top gainers, EOS is the one which leading in top 100 with 3.8. Then we have Chili's 2.2 and Monero 1.6. So not big ones at all. And yes, when we're looking at the losers, Celsius 22% down to the last 24 hours, Decred 6%, Anchor 5%. But looking at here on the weekly, you can see that we still can feel the recent price drop. And when we're looking at the candlestick chart, after we broke out from this rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern, we can see that now we are, moving sideways now on this level, just 21,000-ish kinda. But if we break this one down, then around between 90 and 20,000 will be the next one, which could work as a support level. So we will see how it works. Now we're going a little bit sideways. Okay, and basically, always when look at this, look at the US dollar. The US dollar is now again going up since the 12th of August. And always when the US dollar is going up, it's the opposite happening to Bitcoin and many times to stock. So people going into cash because of the value of the US dollar going up. So, well, this is what we can experiencing right now. Okay, and now it's time to move on to the first topic. And the first topic is about the situation. What is it in China right now? Because it's not looking pretty. What's happening there with, with the housing bubble, how it's foaming. And yes, I think it's worth to talk about it because it can hit the economy pretty hard. So it's a possibility that the next big hit, which hits the economy hard, can come from China. And look, it's very important to understand the situation over there to get the full picture. So basically now people across the country who bought property from in-debt developers are refusing to repay loans on their unfinished apartments. You can see boycotts in China, basically, where people saying that they want their money back, their deposit, they put down as a down payment, and they don't want to continue. So in more than 100 cities across China, hundreds of thousands of Chinese homeowners are banding together and refusing to repay loans on unfinished properties. So this is now the fact. You've seen these pictures all around the media, I believe. Real estate, drives about, it's very important, 1/3 of the Chinese economic activity by some estimates, and housing accounts for about 70% of household wealth. So it's 1/3 of the GDP, and the people's wealth, it's in properties for 70%. So 70% of the people who live in China, their wealth is mainly in properties. Therefore, it's a very important investment for Chinese people. And look, in the first half of 2022, so not long ago, it's in this year, sales for China's 100 biggest property developers fell 50%. So everybody's feeling it. You know, it went to the half not long ago. So this is according to the data from China Real Estate Information Corporation. So let's get the whole picture what's going on. So I guess many of you have heard about Evergrande in last year, and they had this $300 billion debt they couldn't pay off. And when we're looking at a couple of numbers, first of all, you should see that, for example, when you compare it to the US, in the US, you know, about the 65% of people own their property. On the other hand, in China, this is 90%. So it's major, it's very big. When you're looking at, for example, when you would like to get a loan, you would like to buy a property, and when you're looking at the value of the property, it's an average 5 times their people annual income in the US. So with an example, if you earn $50,000 a year, then the property you're looking at is $250,000, right? This is five times your yearly income. In China, in average, this is, 20, 35 times that big. And for example, big cities like in Shanghai, it could be 50x. So imagine you're getting a loan, your income is $50,000 and you're getting a loan from a $2.5 million property. That's crazy. And as I said, the GDP, 30% of the GDP in China, it's from properties. And this is the reason why actually Evergrande could make, 1,300 projects in 280 cities about. So that's crazy. So when you're looking at this is a Ponzi thing, then what's happening? So basically they sell properties to people they haven't even started yet. The people put down their deposit, and then start to pay it off. And then with that money, they even starting more, projects and collecting even more money from people. And then it gets to the point when they finish half of the project, so people think, okay, it's ongoing. Then basically, they just stop and they kind of move on to the next one. And the landscape now in China looks like there are many, many unfinished properties, and people just basically fed up and said like, look, I'm not going to pay it and I would like to get back the deposit. And what's happening then? Now there are bailouts from the government, which makes things even worse, just make this bubble even bigger, because what's happening, that is simply that these companies getting more money so they can continue what they have started. And, this can work only if the economy is strong and working. But we had the pandemic, this situation starting more than 2 years ago. And, that changed the whole landscape of it. And now there is a huge problem. And the bomb can explode anytime. I don't know when, maybe a couple of months, maybe next year, maybe who knows. But if they continue like this, and because property is so important for the Chinese economy, it's such a big share of the GDP and such a big share of people's, wealth, it can cause big problems. And guess what? China is a huge economy of the world, and this will hit, everything. And that's pretty scary what we experiencing right now. And we should, keep in mind, of course, from the investment side, when, prices are down because of these kind of things, the prices will come back. So it's a great time to invest in these times in assets. You believe they're going to survive even a couple of years long bear market. But just be aware of it, that this can happen. It's obviously not financial wise. There are a lot of uncertainties. Nobody knows for sure. So these are just possibilities talking about that. What if this happening? What if that happening? But, you know, we still have a very bad situation with Russian-Ukraine war. We're still fighting inflation, what the Fed does. You know, there are many, many things which are already not pretty at the moment. We have the energy problems in Europe. You know, winter is coming soon. And this could be another factor, another small one. So that's the reason why I thought it's important to talk about it. Okay, right. Next thing I would like to talk about is all about that many Bored Ape NFTs are in danger of getting liquidated. So why? I'm going to tell you. So the price of the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs started to go down, and this is mainly because many Bored Ape NFTs are in danger of getting liquidated. So the NFT lending platform BandDAO has collateralized almost 3% of the entire Bored Ape collection, and many NFTs have recently entered into the danger zone of liquidation. So the problem is brewing at the BandDAO peer-to-peer lending service that lets users borrow Ether against their NFTs. Okay, so they want to do more ETH, so basically put their NFT as a collateral. So customers can typically take out a loan equal to 30-40% of the NFT's collection floor price, or the minimum price to purchase on one of the open market with the NFT pledged as collateral. Okay, so 30-40% of the floor price. That's important. But now the floor price is going down. So the floor price have tumbled in the recent month so much so that 45 of the 272 Bored Apes with BandDAO loans tied to them are now in the platform's danger zone. So now we're in the danger with an NFT used as collateral is close to being auctioned off. In other words, $5.3 million worth of Bored Apes are at risk of being liquidated. And look, here's another thing. CryptoPunk Ethereum NFTs floor price flipped Bored Apes for the first time in 5 months. So basically, Bored Ape went, as you can see, under the CryptoPunk. It was always other way around in the last 5 months. However, when you're looking at the same here, they're almost the same right now. Now the Bored Ape it's leading, but it's getting very close. And yes, we haven't seen these floor prices for a long time. Yeah, so this is another thing. The market is going down, and people, you know, having financial problems, and they may forced to sell their NFTs. They have invested a lot of money in. Oh, I shouldn't even continue. So you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is, I think, important to talk about. And then the third thing is about the average Bitcoin transaction fee, which is actually so low that it's now in the average under $1. So when we're looking at the Bitcoin transaction fee, now it's getting very low. We are at the number where we were back in 2020 on the 13th of June. So which the average is right now, today on Monday, 82 cents. So less than $1. So falling the market price and lower mining difficulty. So the market price is falling, as you can see, Bitcoin price is going down, and lowering the mining difficulty. These are the two factors which play along with this. Yes, here's just like the first time this is happening under $1. It's the first time in 2 years. So if you do now a Bitcoin transaction, well, it doesn't cost a lot. And you know, the amazing thing with Bitcoin is that when you sending Satoshis for $10, it's also less than $1 now. But when you're sending $1 million worth of Bitcoin, same, because you're not paying, you know, after the price value, you're paying after the storage place it's taking in the block. How much space takes that? So this is also important that now Bitcoin transactions getting very cheap again. Guys, that's it for today. Don't forget, hit the like button if you like this kind of content. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you would like to get these kind of daily fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain news. And of course, see you tomorrow, because I'm back tomorrow with the freshest. Have a good one. Bye-bye.